Oh man, let me ask you something. Have you ever had people that you know, even if you're not necessarily like, I'm not saying it has to be your bestie, but just someone that you know, in your life, have you ever had people just try to tell you what you need to be doing with your life? And not as like a little kid, like, yeah, when you're a little kid, it's like, hey, don't back talk, don't give attitude, don't throw your tantrums, right? That's, a parent and a child is different. But I'm talking about like people that and you're an adult, or at least like, even if you're not a legal adult yet, maybe you're getting pretty close. Okay, fair enough. But when people just try to tell you that you need to do this with your life, I'm not saying people that are trying to give advice and trying to be like, oh yeah, this is something that's helped me, maybe test this out, or like a friend that you could like talk to and like you guys are kind of giving no. I'm not talking about advice given. I'm not talking about you guys trying to push and motivate each other, lift each other up, give each other ideas. No, I'm talking about people that basically say to you, even if not directly in these exact words, like, you need to be doing this with your life, or you need to find some kind of different place to work at, or you need to do whatever, right? And people try to tell you like, oh, you need to go into the trades, or you need to go to college, or you need to start a business, and if you don't do any of these things, then you're a failure and you're a loser and you suck. I've heard people in my own personal life do it. There's been friends of mine that I thought were friends, and then it just turns out that they just want to try to tell me what to do, and if I don't, then they just think I'm some kind of loser or whatever, even though what they have to tell me, I don't feel it's the path that God has for me. I've heard people online say, oh yeah, you need to be doing this in your 20s, otherwise you're a loser and you're never gonna make it. And it's like, dude, I can't stand when people try to do that kind of stuff to you. It's almost like the people that do that are trying to play God. They're trying to play God and be like, yeah, if you don't do this, then you're a failure and you suck and you're terrible. It's like, respectfully, who are you to tell me exactly what I need to be doing, when I need to be doing it, whatever. Again, parent with the kid is different. That's one thing. But a friend or some guy you watch online that doesn't even know you, or even someone just really close to you in general, or even like people that don't even like you, especially people that don't like you. Some people don't like you, but then they'll sit around telling you that you should be doing this or that. It's like, my man, you don't even have my best interest anyway. Why do you care if I do exactly what you say or not, And some of this stuff just blows my mind, because I hear this so often, and so many of the people that I've heard this from. It's funny because the people that have my best interest and have my back, and there's very few of them in my life, but there's also very few real people out there. But the people that are real and have your best interest and have your back, these are the same people that tell me, it's like, pretty much no matter what you do, like, hey, if you're doing good, right, you're not out doing some kind of weird stuff you shouldn't be doing. You're doing good. You're following the path God has for you, my man. That's awesome. I'm proud of you. Even if you make $50K a month, or if you make $200K a month, or wait, a year. Hold up. I don't care. Boy, I don't care if you make enough just to barely get by, or if you make so much where you could, take care of your entire like extended family tree. I don't care if you're rich or poor, bro. I care that you are happy, that you're just being a good person, doing the right thing, right? Even if you screw up and make mistakes, but overall, you're just a good person. And I just care that, you're happy and you're on the right path that you need to be on. Like, that's all I care about, man. These are what the real ones in my life have told me. Whether it be the super high quality, the super, or how do I want to say it? Whether it be the super high up, fancy corporate tech job, or whether it be just something simple and basic that gets me by, And it's not about taking the lowest or the highest position. It's about just doing what you believe God has in store for you. Going where you believe He's telling you to go. Doing what you believe He's telling you to do, regardless of if it is the lowest or the highest position, because God's plans in the end are better than any other thing that we could think of. Yeah, that's the bottom line. And the real ones in my life have always just told me this, man. Hey, I just want you to be happy. I just want you to be good. Let me know if you need anything. I got you. And they've told me this even in my worst freaking times. And they're also the people that I can actually talk to about my worst times without having to worry about them laughing at me or pissing on me or anything like that. Of course, like, we'll joke around with each other, you know, even kind of in the midst of like our down times, you know, hey, we're guys, like, we still joke with each other and kind of push each other's buttons, but like in a cool way, right? Obviously, you know, not to be a jerk. But then the ones that don't have my back and don't care about me, even though they pretend they do sometimes. And trust me, it's so easy. Like, the more that you meet fake people in this life, man, the easier it gets to tell. You can tell them just by having your first conversation with them. You know, this doesn't mean to go around and necessarily be judgy, but I'm just saying, like, you get the sense of if they're going to be a real one or a fake one. Anyway, but yet the fake people in my life, even though they pretend like they're real, they pretend like we're cool, they don't care. Why? Because they'll always make comments to me. Oh, you should be doing this, or, you know, you should be making this amount of money, or you should be trying to go after this job, or you know, hey, you better do this, otherwise you're gonna fail in life. And, you know, it's like, who are you to tell me what I need to do? Are you God? Last I checked, I don't think so. I don't think you're God. And again, it's one thing for people to give advice, tell their stories, try to help people. It's another thing for people just to completely just judge you and pick on you just because you're not super successful yet. And ironically, those fake people, man, those fake people, right? When you become successful, or you get ahead of them in life in some way, shape, or form, even if it's in terms of like, if you got better mental health, or you're in better shape, right? Not even just like money or success, but you know, in any area of life, once you get ahead of them, they're gonna pick on you for that too. They're gonna say that you got lucky. They're gonna say that you're just trying to show off and you're just being a try-hard, and you actually don't have a life because you put so much time into building your physical and mental health, or making money, that you don't have a life. So no matter what you do, this is how you differentiate the real between the fake. The real ones, no matter what you do in this life, of course, unless it's like illegal or like completely terrible and just absolutely off the charts, you know. I'm not talking about like super extremely stuff like that, like murdering someone, or I don't know, like being some kind of creepy weirdo guy. Like, I'm not talking about stuff like that, but I'm talking about, you know, based on like, you know, if you have certain downfalls in your life, or you're going through rough times, you make mistakes, you know, you sin, and you admit like, hey, I'm not perfect, bro. I've sinned, I've made mistakes. You have some downfalls in your life, you're going through hard times. The real ones are gonna have your back, whether you're successful or not, whether you are in good physical and mental health, or you're going through some hard times, man. Like, the real ones are gonna have your back, but the fake ones, no matter what you do, and no matter how great you become, or how far behind you may feel you are in life, no matter what you do, the fake ones are always gonna have something to say about you. They will. That's how you differentiate between the fake and the real. Do they have your back, or do they always just have something to say? That's how you differentiate, man. And sometimes you're forced to be around the fake people, whether it be because of work or school or stuff like that. And it's draining, man. It's real draining. But hey, don't let them get to your head, man. You know, even God's word says bad company corrupts good character. So you got to drop them. You can't be, you know, yeah, you can work with them, be respectful toward them, do your like schoolwork projects, stuff like that, whatever it may be, in any way that you might be forced to be around them. Work with them and be like a good, respectful, decent human being. Pray the best for them, hope the best for them, but don't be hanging around them more than you need to, because it's dead weight, right? They're dead weight. They're going to do nothing but drag you down and try to tear you down. And that's just how these people roll, man. I don't understand them. Maybe I used to be this way in my life and I never realized it. I don't know. What I do know is that I'm definitely just trying to be the person that I would want other people to be toward me. But like, you know, you're going to have those people that are just going to rip on you no matter what. That's just how life goes. That's just like the life of a man, life maybe even just of a person. You know, I know women say like they're always getting ripped on by other women. It's really sad, man. It's sad, you know. But regardless, man, just stay on your mission. Follow God. Follow the path that you believe He has for you, or follow your gut feeling. Do what you feel that you need to do in this life, and just do it, man. Hey, as long as you're overall at the end of the day doing your best just to be a good person and do the right thing, you know, like that's what matters. That's what matters. No matter how much you may screw up, or, you know, make sin or make mistakes, whatever. We all do, man. We're all human. That's just how it rolls. That's just how it works. But yeah, don't let it get to you. Don't let it get to your head. You know, keep the real ones around, even though it's only going to end up being a couple people at the end of the day. That's just how it goes, man. And even if you got to be alone for a little while, it's better to be alone than to have people that are just trying to bring you down. Because at least when you're alone, you kind of get to move up the ladder, get closer to God. But when you got dead weight kind of bringing you down, man, it's the worst. Hope the best for them, pray the best for them. I ain't calling them dead weight like they're dead weight people. I'm just saying they're just dead weight in your life, especially if they're just trying to drag you down. Whatever. Maybe they're jealous. Maybe they just don't like you. I don't know. Can't really explain those kind of people. All I do know is that they're the kind of people that we gotta stay away from as much as we can. You know, if you're kind of forced to work with them, all right, be nice, be respectful, be a decent human being. Kill them with kindness, as I've been taught. You know, as hard as it may be, kill them with kindness. It's hard, it blows, but at the end of the day, it does nothing but do you good. And the people that don't like you or are jealous of you, when you kill them with kindness, I'm telling you, man, that stuff, like, it sparks a fire inside of them. I don't know why, it just does. If they don't like you, or if they're just jealous of you and they're trying to find every reason to rip on you or tear you down, it's like, kill them with kindness, man. Not only does it do good for yourself and your soul, but it also sparks a weird kind of fire in them. Like, they don't want you to be kind. Like, they want you to attack back or something. Nah. Don't play the games. Don't fall into that kind of temptation. It's going to do nothing but hurt you at the very end of the day. All you got to do, my man, is, hey, just do you, bro. Just do you. Because that's what matters. And I know I've had this talk a lot recently. I just feel this has been something I've been dealing with for, like, a lot more than usual lately, and I just it's definitely gotten kind of frustrating. As you'll see in a little bit of a later clip, I talk a bit about this, or at least I dive a little bit deeper in my run that I go on, as I decided to do a run today. You'll kind of be explained to as why, but it's just something I decided to do, and so I'll be getting a little bit deeper into that there. But yeah, it's been a lot. It's been frustrating. You know, at least doing these kind of talks just puts a reminder on my shoulders to just keep doing what I need to do, man. The real ones will have your back. You know, the ones that aren't real and don't actually care are just they're gonna pick on you no matter what. That's the bottom line. So no matter what I do, people are just gonna pick on me. But the real ones, no matter what I do, they're gonna have my back. You know, obviously, as long as you're just being a good person, right, doing the right thing, stuff like that. But yeah, man, all we can do is hope and pray the best for those people. Keep walking the path God put in front of us. Keep doing our own thing, and that's just how we gotta roll, man. That's how we gotta roll. Don't let it get to your head. But at the same time, you know, just know what kind of boundaries to set with what kind of people. So that's what really matters in the end. But anyway, other than that, I will be showing you the run workout clip now. So tune in for that. Here we go. All right, so usually I would be doing a kind of body weight calisthenics pull-ups day today, but I'll be honest, I'm kind of feeling a bit extra heated, so I need to go on this run. I'm keeping it 100 with you, man. And the reason that I'm feeling a bit extra heated is because, I'll be honest, man, the life of a man, I'm telling you, it's not easy. It's really not. It's like, no matter what you do, you're in the wrong. If you're not successful yet, people think that you're a loser, even though you're in the growth and building phase. When you become successful, people just think that you got lucky and that you're bragging and showing off. If you talk to people, right, people are going to find everything they can to say and use everything against you, even when you're just trying to have a good, normal conversation. And if you don't talk, people are going to think you're some kind of, antisocial weirdo. If you train hard instead of going out and partying, people are going to think that you're a loser with no social life. But if you go out and party instead of training hard, people are just going to think that you're weak-minded and that you're not taking your life seriously. So I'm telling you, man, whatever you do in this life, people are always going to have something to say. That's the bottom line, especially as a man. I feel like sometimes the society just tries to find ways to tear down men. You know, nothing special ever given to them, right? And until it comes time to need a man, then people are like, oh, where's all the men at, right? You know, people like to make comments, oh, you're supposed to be a man, and then you go to actually be a man, and then people call you toxic. Again, no matter what you do in this life, no matter what you say or where you go, people are always going to have some reason to try to put you down. Except for the right ones, but the right ones are very hard to find, man. But you can find them if you keep searching, but 98% of the people are always just going to have something to say and something to, you know, piss on you about, for lack of better terms. And it's frustrating, man. It's frustrating because all you do is try your best. That's all you do. You're trying your best, even if it's not for other people. Because I've grown out of that phase. I used to try to impress other people. Now, if I'm being real, I don't care. I don't care what other people think, because no matter what I do, people are always going to have something to say. Hey, I'm just doing my best to follow God and become my better self, and hopefully kind of inspire and motivate those out there that need it. You know, I'm just trying to follow what God's telling me to do, and impact people in the ways that he's trying to tell me to impact people. I'm just trying my best out here, man. But again, no matter what I do, people always got something weird or creepy or negative to say. And then some people grow like this weird obsession with you sometimes. You might have noticed this before, or maybe not. But sometimes there's people out there that grow this weird obsession with you that they'll find every reason to pick on you. But instead of just, even though they clearly don't like you and they clearly can't stand you, instead of just walking away or ignoring you or finding some other people, some good people to be around, they just keep crapping on you and pissing on you as much as they could. And they just keep going and going. And it's almost like they have an obsession with their hatred towards you. And it's kind of creepy if you think about it, because me personally, if I don't like someone, hey, now I hope and pray the best for them. But I'm not going to sit here and spend my time, just spend my life going after them or anything, you know. I'm going to go and just find some people that I can hopefully, you know, enjoy being around. Or if not, then just spend some time alone, building my own self, man. But, you know, regardless, no matter what you do in this life, people are always going to have something negative to say. Even Jesus, the perfect man, hey, he was perfect, did nothing wrong at all, and yet people still beat him and threw him on a cross, right? That's just the bottom line. No matter what you do, people are just always going to find some weird, negative stuff to say. It's just how life goes. You, at the end of the day, man, you just got to keep doing you, and you just got to keep, keep following what you believe God has put in place for you, and you just got to keep following your gut, doing what you believe you need to do, regardless of what other people say. But being around those people, or at least being forced to be around those people, because obviously if you can choose not to be, then yeah, but sometimes you're forced, whether it be in a work environment or just in some kind of other environment. You know, it's draining, man, and it's kind of annoying and it's draining, right? And then sometimes you start getting in your own head. You start thinking to yourself, you know, maybe I'm doing things wrong, maybe I'm not, you know, and then you start questioning, like, God, what am I, you know, am I doing the right thing? So sometimes you start getting so frustrated and heated that, hey, you got to let the steam out, right? But instead of me taking my anger out on all those people that have just been, you know, pissing on me, again, for lack of better terms, I got some good people in my life, you know, that actually are willing to listen and understand. I'm grateful for that. And I'm hoping I could, and, well, not even hoping, I'm becoming, like, I'm doing my best to be that kind of person as well. But man, it's like, it's just so weird, because again, no matter what you do, there is no winning with people. So even though I don't try to impress people anymore, hey man, I'm going in with God, and I'm doing what I need to do, and hopefully impacting the people that I need to impact. And the good people and the right people are the ones that I keep around, even if very few. But when you're forced to be around some of those kind of people that just, you know, want nothing but to drain you, it is draining, man. I'll tell you, it is draining. You know, hope and pray the best for them, absolutely, but it's draining just being around them. And then again, you start to get in your own head sometimes. I know that that's one of the things I've been struggling with the most, is kind of getting in my own head. And so I got to go on these runs, like here and there. Yeah, calisthenics and weightlifting, absolutely, they're great, they're awesome, they help, but nothing beats a good run for me. A good run for me is the thing that does it. It's the thing that burns off the most steam. So when I'm feeling overly heated or overly frustrated with people or with life in general, you know, hey, I need to burn off that steam. And so this run has definitely done me nothing but good. So yeah, just decided to go on an extra run today. If you ever have a little bit of extra steam on you or extra frustration, man, hey, just try going on a good old-fashioned run or jump on the treadmill or on the bike or something, you know. Cardio, man, that stuff really burns off that steam. Now, of course, this is not to say that, you know, if you're super frustrated and heated every single day, then you just keep skipping your normal workouts. No, no. But here and there is sometimes I just, like today, I just really felt that I needed to just drop the pull-up calisthenics for today and to just go on a run. I really needed this, man. And so, hey, sometimes you do got to change up the plans as long as, like, you know, it's just not like 24/7 changing up and then you start becoming a mess and all over the place, you know. But sometimes you do got to improvise in life. You can have that plan. It's always good to have a plan, but there are going to be times with that plan that you got to improvise for what you know is your own benefit, right? Where some people will look at me and say, oh, look, you skipped a day of working out. Again, no matter what you do, people are going to have something to say, right? So you know what? What did I think was best for me? Going on that run, man. And sure as heck was I right, because, man, that burned off a fat chunk of steam. And that was just like the end of my run that I just did too. I decided to go on my run because I was feeling overly heated and then just record the section at the end when at least I've burnt off a good chunk of that steam, which I have. Otherwise, I would have been rambling about, you know, just random garbage and stuff like that while running. No, it would have taken away my focus from running. I needed to run. I needed to sprint. That's the bottom line. I improvised, and you know what? I feel great about it. Still gotten a workout. And yeah, just remember, hey, you're ever feeling too heated, too frustrated in life, it's best just to separate yourself even from the people that you care about, because when you're feeling overly heated, sometimes you end up taking it out on them without meaning to. And so, you know, of course, it's always good to have those people around that you can talk to about stuff that you're feeling frustrated about. But when you're feeling overly heated, man, hey, go burn off some of that steam before you talk to people, because there's been times where I felt overly heated or frustrated with life, not even these people that I care about, but just with life. And then I'll notice myself, like when I'm venting about it, I'll start taking out my frustrations on them, and kind of shooting little shots at them. And then before you know it, I'm kind of, you know, sometimes you start blowing up, and it's just, yeah, it's never pretty. So what I've learned to do is, when I'm feeling overly heated or overly frustrated, burn off that steam, cool it down, man. Hey, you know, get the feelings neutralized. And now, even though this hasn't solved my problem, you know, in total, it's definitely taken down a lot of my steam to where I can actually think clearly. So now I can go talk to the people that I actually care about, and I could actually have a normal conversation without me just like kind of blowing up or going off or going after them for no reason, just out of frustration, right? More of a dealing with emotions in a healthy way. Definitely a good way I've learned to deal with the anger and frustration in life is just, hey, burning off that steam, man. Burn off the steam and do it in a way that's healthy for you. That's why I go on runs, because it's a way that's healthy for you, man. You're getting your cardio in too, you know, getting the heart pumping, the blood moving. I'm doing it in a way that's healthy for me. So that's why I'm just like, dude, I needed to run. And man, now I'm out here kind of like by this lake overlooking it, and I feel great, man. By no means do I, no, it's never going to be perfect. And this is kind of one of those problems that you can't really solve, because no matter what happens in life, again, people are always going to have something to say. But I mean, look at that, man. That's a beautiful, beautiful view right there. But yeah, this is one of those problems that aren't really solvable. It's more just one of those things that you just kind of learn to take the punches in life and roll with. And hey, don't let it lose focus from don't let yourself lose focus from, you know, the path that you believe God has for you, or the path that you know you need to be walking. Don't let other people determine your life. It's not their life, it's yours. You know, hey, let people say what they're going to say. The real ones got your back no matter what. The real ones are there for you even when times are hard. And even when, you know, you're going down in life, the real ones are there to lift you back up. The ones that aren't real are the ones that are there just to say something no matter what you do. You're falling down in life, and so they call you a loser. But then you start going back up, and then they think that you're getting lucky and that you're just showing off and stuff like that. Yeah, no, man, they ain't the real ones. The real ones got your back no matter what. And hey, that's just what you got to remember, man. Right? But don't let your emotions play with you too much. Burn off that steam, take control, and keep moving forward in the ways that you know, God's got planned for you. Yeah, man. That's about it, huh? Yeah, feeling better. But yeah, just hey, keep walking the path you believe God has for you. Let people say what they're going to say. Because no matter what you do, there's always going to be a group of people with something to say. What matters in the end is, are you doing what you need to do? And, you know, are you making the most of this life, regardless of what others say or think? You know, again, doesn't mean you can never work with other people. Yeah, work with them. Do your best to get along with them. Help them if you can. Pray for them. But, hey, if they're just going to be kind of dead weight on you, you also have to know when to drop it. You also have to know when to drop them as well, along with other things in life too, whether it be habits or addictions or you know, things in your life, whatever it may be. You just got to know who and what to drop and when. Pray the best for them, but sometimes you can't keep people around. Even God's word says bad company corrupts good character. So I mean, you know, it's just kind of up to you to decide, man. But hey, don't let anyone discourage you. You know, just keep doing what you need to do, going where you need to go, and staying focused on your mission, because it's your life at the end of the day. You know, bottom line, stick with God, stick with the real ones, and the real ones got your back no matter what. They're with you no matter what. So, and make sure to always be that kind of real person that you want other people to be too. Spread some more of that kind of goodness and, you know, positivity as much as you can. Shine your light onto others, and you know, keep moving forward no matter how hard you get hit. As Rocky said, it's not about how hard you get hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. It's about how much you can take and keep moving forward. That is how winning is done. Also, I just saw a really cool looking hummingbird, but just flew away. Anyway, check out this nice little view real quick before I go back to the car for a Bible reading. And you know, instead of a regular, like, you know, Bible reading like we've been doing, I kind of want to just bring up a Bible verse, you know, and I know it's one you probably have heard before, but I want to go over it again, as I've also been going over this a lot too. But sometimes you need more than just one kind of reminder. Sometimes you get those kind of heartfelt things that hit you, and you can't help but talk about it for a couple days or even like a week or two or so. Of course, not that I'm going to be only talking about that every day here, but it's just something that's hit me really hard lately. For I know the plans I have for you, not to harm you, but to prosper you, give you hope in the future. That's what God says. And another one, for I know the plans I have for you, or wait, I just said that. Many are the plans in a man's heart, but it is God's plan that prevails. And these two go perfectly in hand. Why? Because God says, I know the plans I have for you to give you hope in the future, and it is God's plan that prevails. So at the end of the day, man, hey, you're going to make mistakes, you're going to screw up, you're going to sin. You might fall behind in life, or at least feel like you're falling behind. You might have other people telling you you're falling behind, or that, you know, you're nobody or nothing. But at the end of the day, man, God's plans for us are to prosper us and to give us hope in the future, and his plan prevails in the end, which means that no matter what, God's plan is going to prevail, and his plans are to give us hope in the future. So, hey, man, you stick with God. You keep your faith no matter how tough it is. You stick with God no matter, you know, how much you got to bite your tongue type of thing. You stick with God, you keep your faith. I'm telling you, man, he's going to come through. Not when you want him to, not when other people want you to, like, succeed or do better, but when his timing is right. He will come through. He will prosper you. He will give you that hope in the future, man. That's what his word says. That's what his word says. And his word always proves to be true at the end of the day, even if it takes a little bit longer than we'd like it to. So don't forget this, and stick with God no matter what. And I'm telling you, you're not going to regret it, and he will come through when his timing is right. That being said, this has been 1,000 Days Better. So, hey, this is it for today. So, my man, I will be seeing you to continue this tomorrow. So let's go become the great men we were born to be and that God made us to be. And I will see you tomorrow. Peace.